Okay. Hi guys, so welcome back here at DC Engineering Tutorial. So ngayon, pag-uusapan natin itong mga vessel movement. Okay. Okay, saglit lang. So, according to the Philippine Ports Authority, the PPA 1995, Section 8.4, the motions of a floating body and the mooring force shall be calculated by means of an appropriate analytical method or hydraulic model experiments in accordance with the shape of the floating body and the characteristic of the external forces and the mooring system. Okay, so we will be talking more on the mooring system uh, later. Okay. So under section 8.4.2, hydraulic model experiments provide a powerful technique for determining the motions of a floating body and the mooring force. So up to the present time, hydraulic model experiments have been carried out for all kinds of floating body. Under section 8.4, no? So if we continue, no, yung paragraph doon, so makikita natin, mababasa natin doon. No? The floating body is assumed to be a rigid body. Then its motion are comprised of the six components shown in the figure 8.4.1, namely, we have the surging, swaying, heaving, pitching, rolling, and yawning. So, di ko na ipakita itong figure 8.4.1. Isa-isahin ko lang ipakita kung ano yung mga movement for surging, swaying, heaving, pitching, rolling, and yawning. Yawning? Okay. The first one is itong rolling. So, yung rolling ganito, no? Ayan. So, parang mag-overturn yung barko. So, yung moment is dyan sa longitudinal axis. So, yan yung rolling, no? Yung pitching naman, parang Titanic, no? So, yung moment is andito sa transverse axis. So, parang Titanic. Ayan. Yung yawning, no? Yung yaw, no? Yaw. Anyway, so, along naman siya sa vertical axis, no? Parang ano siya, parang nag-sway yung ano mo, yung barko. Surge, parang abante, no? Atras abante na, parang ganun. Ayan. So, ganun yung movement sa surge. Sway, no? Parang ganito lang, no? So, parang displacement lang along dito sa transverse axis, no? So, that's sway, no? Yung yawning, iba yan, no? Yung yawning or yawning, no? Iba yan. Okay? Okay? So, again, rolling, ganyan. Pitching, yawning. Should be yawning, yan. So ito yung yawning, no? So meron tayo ditong yaw, no? So along the vertical axis, surging, atrasabante, no? Sway, no? So displacement, no? Along dito sa transverse axis. And then heaving, dipping, so parang up down, no? Parang ganun. So yung dip, yun yung going down, yung heave, yun yung going up. Okay? Ayan. That is heaving and dipping. Okay? So, yun yung sa mga vessel movement. Now, let's discuss itong sa anchorage and mooring naman. No? Ayan. So, may tinatawag tayong bollard. No? So, the bollard is the mooring fitting for mooring ships during a storm installed at the outside or inside of the berth far from the waterline. So, we call that one as bollard. Yung beat is installed close to the waterline of the berth to be used for mooring ships in ordinary condition. Yung bollard is medyo malaki yan, no? Kasi pang storm yan, no? Ito naman is for ordinary condition lang. No? So example of bollards is ito, no? We have the cleat bollards, no? So this is small load capacity sizes, cast in or bolt on mounting options. We have also the ductile cast iron or cast steel material. So yung T-bollars, ito yung itsura niya. No? So these are small and very large load capacity sizes. Cast in, again, or bolt on mounting options. Again, naka ano siya. Ductile cast iron or cast steel material. We have also the double bit bollards. No? So these are multiple mooring line capability. Narrow footprint for limited space insulation. Again, ductile cast iron or cast steel yung material. Ito naman single bit, no? So multiple mooring line capacity pa rin, capability. We have steep line angle capability. Again, ductile cast iron or cast steel material. We have also the horn bollard, no? Ayan. Pillar bollard and kidney bollards. So if we go through with a more in-depth detail dito sa mga bollards, so we have these pillar bollards. Ito yung mga features niya. Ito yung mga dimensions, no? And ito yung mga bollard capacity in tons, no? Okay? Ayan. So yung unit nito naka-millimeter. For the T-bollard, ito yung features, dimensions, and bollard capacity are also given on this slide. Okay? Yan. So naman yung more in-depth talaga. We have also the double bit bollard, no? So ito naman yung features, dimensions, tsaka bollard capacity, no? The horn bollard, so ito yung features niya, dimensions, tsaka bollard capacity. Kidney bollard, so ganun pa rin, no? Features, dimensions, bollard capacity. Single bit bollard, features, dimensions, bollard capacity. And then we have this cleat bollard, again, features, dimensions, then capacity. We have also marine bollards that are simple and cost-effective way to achieve mooring requirements. It is the anchor point for mooring lines to be fixed. In order to safely secure vessels alongside jetties or quay or berths or wharf and dolphins in ports and harbor. Mooring bollard should be selected in consideration with the mooring pattern, changes in draft due to loading and discharge, wind and current forces, swell, wave and tidal forces, mooring line types, size and angles, ice forces were relevant. We have ductile iron, cast steel, and stainless steel are some of the main materials used to make marine bollards. Generally, the design of bollard should have thicker diameter at the top, or yung head or the tip of the structure to make it harder for mooring lines to escape accidentally. And it is important to provide a solid anchor point for mooring ropes. Certain designs have double bollards for ropes to be cross-fastened, and such an arrangement would provide a tighter connection. Ayan, no? So ito yan, no? Yung bollard na yan, cast in. No? Okay? So, I think that's it, no? For this video, no? So, continue na lang tayo sa next pa ng mga videos for more topics on ports and harbor. Okay? So, see you in the next video. Thank you.